Hi there, this is Solitary Ronin from Solitary Ronin Films, and welcome to a video. As you can see, the shelves behind me are getting emptier. I only have my Radiance collection in a Walter Hill box set and an Arrow Italian Gothic box set. But I still have my backlog that hasn't been packed quite yet. So I thought I would do the at least part one of my video of shame to show you what's in my backlog. And I'm probably not going to show you all of my backlog because that would be too embarrassing. But I'll just show you certain labels in part one. I don't know how many parts there'll be. They might have to have quite a lot of parts. I can justify it. I'm future-proofing myself. Obviously, when I move to the new place, I am looking to whittle down my collection a little. During the process of packing and such, I have kind of got rid of a few titles here and there. So I'm going to do a few labels and kind of not spend too much time, but try and justify having a backlog this ridiculous. So I'll start with the wonderful second run. Excuse me. Second run are marvellous. I only recently discovered they do have spine numbers. But every now and again, you do get second run sales, and every now and again you do get second run DVDs on eBay for ridiculously cheap prices. So therefore, I am compelled to pick them up. Strangely enough, second run was the kind of catalyst for getting together with Nazarene Prod to do Ronin Nazarene Talks, our kind of joint channel. But of course, we've never actually talked about any of the second run kind of Czech New Wave films. So I'll just go through them by spine number. So we have Love by Carolee Mack. Now this has recently got a Blu-ray upgrade. This is Hungarian. I'm looking forward to seeing that at some point. Then we have Diary for My Children by Marta Mezeros, also from Hungary. Now obviously I will be butchering a lot of these Eastern European names. Then we have a film that I'm really looking forward to watching at some point. Knights of the Teutonic Order by Alexander Ford. This is from Poland. Look at those, such vivid colours. This is from 1960. I mean, the whole point of moving is to get closer to work, so I will have extra time to watch more films. That's my excuse, I'm sticking to it. Then we have Black Snow from China, a film by Zhe Fei. That's not how you pronounce his name. From 1990. The only Blu-ray that I have in second run backlog is Goodbye Dragon Inn, which everybody raves about. So we'll see if I like it or not. Then we have Blood by Pedro Costa from 1989. Then we have Guy Girls and Shinjuku Boys which is very interesting. One's about female wrestlers, another one are about females who live as males in Japan. Then we have Eroica by Andrzej Monk, Poland, 1957. We have The Unpolished from Germany, 2006. We have Casa de Lava by Pedro Costa, Portugal, 1994. We have Jinbad by Zoltán Husárik, Hungary, 1971. And we have Red Sam by Michael Ożerankos. And this is from 1971 Hungary. Our Beloved Month of August by Miguel Gomez, Portugal, 2008. We have this Michalos Janos box set, which has My Way Home, The Roundup, and The Red and the White. Mother Joan of the Angels by Jerzy Kawalarewicz, Poland, 1960. It's another nun film. I have to do a video on all my nun films. Mundane History, not going to pronounce that one. Thailand, 2009. The Confrontation, another Michalos Jankos, Hungary, 1968. Illumination by Krzysztof Zanussi, Poland, 1972. Birds, Orphans and Fools by Juraj Jankbisko, Czechoslovakia, 1969. Transport from Paradise by Zbigniew Brzeźnik, Czechoslovakia, 1962. Looking forward to this one as well. Sophia's Last Ambulance by Ilian Metev, which I might actually try and watch before I move. It's a documentary about the fact that Sofia, the capital of Bulgaria, only has 13 ambulances, and it follows them about one night. So that sounds really good. Traps by Vera Childova, Czech Republic, 1998. About castration. War and Peace, no, not that one, by Anand Patwardhan. This is a documentary about India and Pakistan saber rattling over nuclear weapons. Also, that's a knockabout comedy. Fruit of Paradise by Vera Chilova, Czechoslovakia, 1969. And finally, Joshua Oppenheimer's early works, a collection of 12 films from the man who perhaps made the greatest film of the 21st century, The Act of Killing, and The Look of Silence, which isn't that far off. Yeah, looking forward to watching these as well. So that's my second run backlog. Again, not necessarily my fault, because sometimes you do find cheap DVDs on second run on eBay, and sometimes you just have to buy them. That's my excuse, I'm sticking to it. Then we'll go to Mubi. It's just 3 Mubi titles that I've still to watch. Benedetta, another nun film, on 4K, by Paul Verhoeven. Still to watch that. Drive My Car, still to watch it. And Decision to Leave, still to watch it. It's too modern to watch right now, obviously. Moving on to Umbrella. Obviously I did an Umbrella sale haul video a little while ago, but of course I haven't actually watched them all yet. So I've still got the 4 Howling sequels to watch, even though I think I've seen probably 3 out of the 4 in a previous life. I've got the Overlanders still to watch. And this is Sunburnt Screens number 8. The Right Hand Man, which is number 9. Black and White, which is number 10. And Shame, which is number 13. Then on to Third Window, which is quite embarrassing because I do like to keep on top of my Third Window, because I do like Third Window a lot. But I've still got Obayashi's 80s lovely box set to get into, which has got School in the Crosshairs, The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, The Island Closest to Heaven, and His Motorbike, Her Island. Needless to say, looking forward to them. And I've also got Obayashi's anti-war trilogy still to open, which is Casting Blossoms to the Sky, 7 Weeks in Hanagatami. And I've also got the recent Katsuto Ishii box set to watch, which is Shark Skin Man and Peach Hip Girl, Promise of August, Party 7, and Sorasoi, Hello Junichi, and Norioka Workshop. I mean, I will get to these fairly quickly, hopefully, when I move. I mean, I might get to them before I move. And for all you Sion Sono fans, yes, I've still got Love Exposure to watch. This has been in the backlog for a while. And Anoda, 10,000 Nights in the Jungle, I've still to watch that as well. And finally, from Sogo Ishii, because I went on a little bit of a Sogo Ishii rabbit hole, Burst City, Crazy Thunder Road, Electric Dragon, 80,000 Volts, Punk Samurai, which is awesome. And this is the Third Window DVD, If Isn't Anyone Alive. I've still to watch that one. But again, Third Window won't be hanging about for very long. I usually like to clear them as quickly as possible. And we'll move on to Indicator. I know what you're saying. Surely not. You've got Indicator Backlog. I do, but I do have somewhat of an excuse. It's the Michael Murphy Magic, Myth and Mutilation, which is, it does have 26 films. So I have watched some of them, but I'm probably not going to get to all of them. And again, you know, you can poo-poo this set because they are obviously low budget. But again, these films are about passion and having a dream of making films, and nobody's going to stop you. And I think that has to be celebrated, and there's a place for that. Because again, you know, you can be critical of low budget films and, you know, films that perhaps aren't that good. But it's like, you know, where's your beautiful box set by Indicator or, you know, Arrow? These are about people with a dream to make films, and he made rather a lot of them. So I have watched some of them, but not all of them. So that is my only Indicator release that's in the backlog. Yes, I have watched Jet Pilot with John Wayne and Janet Leigh. That was pretty rough. So finally, for part 1 of this backlog of shame, I'm going to go to Criterion. Now again, I tend to clear Criterion as quickly as possible as well, but I do have some that I'm probably not going to get to until I move. So first of all, Eclipse Series 17. This is Nikatsu Noir. Again, sometimes on eBay you do find an Eclipse set that isn't extortionate. So I do tend just to pick it up if I can, if it's something that floats my boat, and Japanese cinema obviously floats my boat. So we've got I Am Waiting, Rusty Knife, Take Aim at the Police Van, Cruel Gun Story, and A Colt Is My Passport. So we've got Cruel Gun Story, and this is directed by Takumi Furukawa, which I don't believe I'm familiar with, from 1964. We have Senjin Suzuki's Take Aim at the Police Van. We have Takashi Nomura's A Colt Is My Passport. Koriyoshi Kurahara's I Am Waiting. And Toshio Masuda's Rusty Knife. So again, I am really looking forward to watching these. And again, I might watch some of them before I move to a better place, but I can't guarantee it. So it's in the backlog of shame for the time being, as is Eclipse number 41, and this is Kinoshita in World War II. Now I have actually watched one of these films. So this is Port of Flowers, The Living Magoroku even, Jubilation Street, Army, and Mourning for the Asone family. So Living Magoroku, Jubilation Street, Army, Mourning for the Asone family, and Port of Flowers, which is the film that I have watched. This is from 1943, and this is a lovely little film about two con men who come to this little town to basically dupe the population out of money, but spending time in the town, they perhaps change their ideas about what they should be doing there. It's just a lovely little film. So as I say, I've watched one of these, but I've still got the rest of Kinoshita in World War II to watch. So it's currently in the backlog of shame. The only single release which I haven't got round to is John Waters' Female Trouble. It's funny because John Waters is a director that I have a lot of time for, a lot of respect for, but I don't actually have that many of his films. You know, me and him share a love of Boom, Joseph Losey's film with Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton. So I've still to watch Female Trouble. Again, that may be done before I move, but for the purposes of this exercise, it's in the backlog of shame. And then two box sets which I haven't finished is The World of Wong Kar-wai. Now I think I have seen just about all of these previously, but I just haven't watched them in this set. But again, it is a beautiful set. It actually feels like joy. So I have seen most of the films in this set, I just haven't seen them as part of this set. And not surprisingly, I know I don't really have an excuse, but not surprisingly, I still have not finished this gorgeous Zatoichi set, which I think has 25 Zatoichi films, and it has this amazing book. It is one of the most beautiful Criterion's releases. It has wonderful artwork, and all the discs are in this other lovely book, and again lovely colourful artwork. So to my shame, I still haven't watched all 25, but I have watched some of them. But again, I have yet to finish this gorgeous box set off, so unfortunately it is in the backlog of shame. So thank you very much for watching part 1 of Backlog of Shame. I don't even want to do a video of my arrows that are in my backlog, because I've got quite a lot of arrows, quite a lot of Eureka Masters of Cinema. I don't know whether I will embarrass myself by doing videos on them. You can let me know in the comments if you want to see how bad my backlog actually is. It's not my fault. They do sales, and I work for a living, and I can't just sit and watch films all day long. It's not my fault. I may be protesting a little bit too much. But thanks for watching. Please let me know if you want to see more of my backlog of shame, and tell me which films out of this pile I should really be watching immediately to get them out of my backlog of shame. And as I say, there may be more parts to this disgraceful series. You never know. So thanks so much for watching. This is Solitary Ronin from Solitary Ronin Films, going away to sit in a corner with a pointy hat on, saying farewell.